friends, I am back with another video. I made it, I'm managing, okay? I'm trying, and it's embarrassing, but I'm doing it anyways. I thought that I would share with you guys my spiritual journey and kind of how I came to learn that I have the spirit of an earth goddess. So let's get started. I feel like if we're gonna talk about my spiritual journey, the very first thing I have to explain is that I did used to be Christian. I used to identify as Christian. I went to church every Sunday, like from basically birth until, I don't know, I was like 13 or 14. I was like religion, you know? And then it wasn't really my thing anymore. It never really felt like my thing, if that makes sense. It always kind of felt like something that I was trying to do or trying to make myself like. It never really felt like it clicked for me or like it was connecting with me the same way that I feel like a lot of other people connect with organized religion. I just wasn't feeling that, you know? And so it didn't make it very difficult for me to leave the church because, you know, it's not speaking to me anymore. And my mom raised me to kind of just do my own thing and make my own choices and not really worry about what other people think of me. So I feel like that had a lot to do with making my decision to leave Christianity so easy. And I hesitate because it's Christianity, but it's also kind of just organized religion as a whole, you know? Like, I'm not really down with the whole tell me what I can and cannot do, and it's not just like you have to do this to be a good person. It's like you can't do this and you can't enjoy that and you can't do this and you can't enjoy that, and it's like, whoa, you're dictating my whole life now. And honestly, I'm gonna get real with you guys, okay? The Bible that we have now, or the Bible that Christian churches use now, has been revised so many times. I do not understand how someone can read through the Bible and read all of the things and go to church and whatever and not ever question anything. All of it makes sense to you, all of it. The whole thing makes complete sense to you. None of it is questionable, because I felt like some of the things, like obviously the most controversial things, but some of the things in the Bible that really rubbed me the wrong way personally was like how you can't be gay, or, you know, like that doesn't make any sense. And I don't believe in using my time and energy to follow a religion in which I or people that I care about are not fully welcome. That's that. I actually didn't know this when I was doing it, but I have basically always had the power to manifest. I just, like when I was younger, I didn't know that it was manifestation. I just, you know, like awesome shit used to happen to me sometimes, and I was like, oh cool, lucky me, you know? So for example, there was this musical, like this huge musical that my church would put on every single year. It was huge. Like Hollywood directors would come up and do the casting and the directing and all that good stuff, right? So every year I was what is called a schoolhouse kid, which is like, if you know Scrooge or the story of Ebenezer Scrooge, if you know that story, the schoolhouse kids, you know? So I was one of those every single year, and that was so awesome. And then one year I said, you know what? Next year I'm gonna be the angel. I'm gonna practice the songs and I'm gonna memorize whatever little words and whatever little things I have to memorize and practice my little 8-year-old booty off, or no, I think I was 12, my little 12-year-old booty off, so that next year I could be the angel, which was like the most awesome character. All the little girls in the church wanted to be the angel because you got to fly in the air, and we had like real like pyrotechnics. That's what it's called, pyrotechnics, and like air people, I don't know. But there was like this harness thing, and it was so cool, and the costume was beautiful because I mean, hello, I was an angel, right? And so I really wanted to be the angel. Every little girl wanted to be the angel. And I told myself, next year I'm gonna audition for the angel and I'm gonna get to be the angel. And then guess what? Next year I was the angel. So of course I was like, oh, it's just because I practiced, you know? Which I mean, it was because I practiced, but I never really made the connection between this thing that I said out loud happening. You know, I never really made that connection. So another example of this happening is when I was in middle school before I went to high school, and I did like tons of sports as a kid, you know? So I really wanted to make JV volleyball, because a lot of like no freshmen basically made JV volleyball except for the really, really good ones, you know? So I wanted to like make JV as a freshman because it was the first sporting thing of the year. It was the first season of sports. I wanted to kind of like, hey everyone, like I'm on JV and I'm a freshman, you know, look at me, right? That obviously didn't work, but that's a different story for another time. And I also, my first year, wanted to be on varsity softball because I played select softball for like 3 or 4 years, and so I thought it would be really rad if I could be on JV volleyball and varsity fast pitch my very first year at a new school, right? So then tell me why I did it. Manifesting or no? Manifestation or coincidence? Manifestation or coincidence that I asked for? So because of my past experiences with manifesting, and then even more recently, it wasn't really manifesting in the same kind of like, I want to do X and then X happens. It was kind of like, I wish that we could be doing something else, you know? And then the something else that we said we wanted to happen happened. So it was kind of stuff like that that would go on, I guess not really unexpectedly, but without me really understanding the forces and the energy that was moving like in my favor, you know? So once I moved here, actually, and I had more time to spend on myself and bettering myself and improving my mental health and improving on all of my stuff, right? Because I didn't have to spend all of my time renovating a hoarder house. Oh, my lizard is out. I picked up The Law of Manifestation book by David Spangler. I'll see if I can find a picture of it. I'll put it right here. But this is the book that I got. They unfortunately do not have an audiobook version that I know of. So, I don't know. But the gist of it was that you have to believe, like it was basically all of the stuff that every other manifestation thing talks about. If you guys are interested in like a sort of in-depth beginner's guide to manifesting video, then let me know in the comments if that's something you would be interested in. But anyways, so I ended up reading that book, and then that's when it like clicked for me. I was like, yo, this is what I've been doing my whole life. I didn't even know that it was a thing, but like reading the way that he put it into words and like seeing the words and my subconscious seeing the words and like just everything was kind of happening all at once, and it just clicked for me. And I was like, this is what I've been doing. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is my religion, I guess. Like at that point, I had kind of thought that manifestation was gonna be like my thing, right? Because I'd been talking to my mom about the infinite spirits and that sort of thing, and the universe and that sort of thing, which I already kind of believed in, you know? But seeing it written the way that David Spangler wrote it down just made it like click immediately. So then I was really into manifestation, right? And of course, manifestation led me down the Wicca, pagan, witchcrafty rabbit hole, right? Like naturally. And I kind of liked that. I will say that I do not at all identify as a witch. Being a witch, not my thing. The spells and all of the stuff, it just, I think I have too sensitive of a spiritual energy to practice something that is often associated with such negativity. And I'm not saying that to say if you identify as a witch, or if you feel like you're a witch, or if you practice witchcraft that you're bad, or I think you're evil, or that you're a devil worshiper, or anything like that, right? Like, that's not what I'm saying. But I think that it's just the energy that surrounds Wicca, right? Because, like, with everything, there's good and there's evil. And like with any skill or ability, there's people that are gonna use it for good and there's people that are gonna use it for evil, right? So I feel like because there might have been so many people on the not great side of practicing witchcraft, that energy is still kind of surrounding that kind of knowledge or that community, if that makes sense. If you understand what I'm saying, like, I don't know, man, give me a got you in the comments, you know, like, because I feel like I'm just flying off the deep end here, but bear with me, all right? I feel like I am just too sensitive to that, because I'll show you right now. I got a witchcraft book from the library about magic spells and potions. I thought it looked so cool. I thought it would be so awesome. And, you know, I mean, it's okay. But it's not my thing. I think the reason why I'm not a fan is because the act of saying someone else's words feels untrue to myself. And if you're into witchcraft, get this book. If you're into witchcraft, get it 100%, because it's a literal spell book, and I think it's the coolest thing I've ever picked up, right? And I think it's so cool that they have this at the library, okay? But like, to enchant firearms, to like necromancing spells, to attract like different, I just, you know, witchcraft isn't my thing. And that's okay. If that's your thing, that's okay. And it's not my thing, and that's also okay, you know? But I will say, let me adjust my shirt to be back cute again, hold on. Okay, but I will say that the part of witchcraft that I enjoy is using the different elements to strengthen like your spells or your incantations or your affirmations or your manifestations or whatever, your prayers, whatever word you want to use to describe the act of saying words with intention, because that's really all it is. People that say manifesting is witchcraft, like, it's literally the same as praying to God. We're just saying words. Like, I'm not praying to evil spirits, I'm praying to divinity, I'm attracting divinity into my life. Like, I don't want bad shit to happen to me. So if you're one of those Christian people that thinks that everything that's not your religion is witchcraft, shut up. I don't want to hear it. Before you hop in the comments talking about, this is witchcraft, oh, you're the devil worshiper, I don't want to hear it. I don't care. I don't care. Go off, sis. Go off. Go off. I'll applaud you, but I don't care. You know? I don't care. So far, you know that I don't identify as a Christian and I don't identify as a witch. So what do I identify as? A very good question. What do I identify as? I actually asked my guides this morning during my spiritual routine, which I will make a video about. I already recorded the video. I just have to, like, you know, give it to you. But I asked my guides this morning what I should identify as, or where I get my magic from, because I've always felt magic. I have always said that I was magical. Every year for like 11 years straight, I was some form of fairy or princess fairy or magical creature something, okay? And I asked them this morning while I was in the bath. I grounded myself. It was a really good time, you know. I asked them, what am I, you know? Because I had gotten a tarot reading like a couple of weeks ago that said something like, my spirit is a reincarnated something that was sent here as a guardian of the earth, right? So I was like, okay, that's interesting. But I never really looked into it further than that, except until today. So today, when I was in the bath, I asked my guides what I should identify as, or what I'm connected to, what is my connection to the higher realm, right? And I learned that my name literally translates to with Mother Earth. You guys, like, when you take my name, the exact translation is sin, which means with or together, like synonym, right? So together with. And then the last part of my name, which is Terra, which means earth or Mother Earth. Terra, I think it was talisman something. I don't know, I have to look it up. Hold on. Tellus or Terra matter, which means Mother Earth. So sin, Terra, together with Mother Earth. I don't know. How else am I supposed to interpret that? Like, how else am I meant to interpret, hey, spirit guides, what connection to the higher realm that I have? Like, what connection to the higher realm do I have? And then their response is to look up my name meaning, which literally translates to together with Mother Earth. Oh, so I guess I really am magical then. I don't know. I still, of course, have a lot of research to do. I recently started getting into tarot, which is also another video for another time. Child, I was having nightmares. Some of these tarot reader YouTubers are like not, yeah. Anyways, so I got my own tarot deck so I can read my own damn tarot because fuck that, okay? And my tarot deck literally said, when I asked what my strengths were, I got everything. I got the World card. So it's like, even my tarot is trying to tell me, bitch, you magical. So I'm listening, I'm magical, I'm listening. Okay, I'm listening. I was watching a tarot reader YouTuber called the Gem Goddess. I'm pretty sure that's who it was. Maybe it was either her or Shonnetta's Divine Tarot. Those are the only two tarot YouTubers that I will even bother with clicking on their videos. I don't even want to make tarot YouTube videos because I don't watch anyone else's. So why would I make some? That doesn't make sense, you know? But anyways, I was watching one of their words, man. Let me have some water. Talking makes me thirsty. You know when you guys know that you're talking too much because your mouth starts to get dry and you're like, why is my mouth all getting all dry? And you're like, oh, I was talking for half an hour straight. Let me shut up. What was I talking about? I was talking about tarot. I was talking about... So I think that it was the Gem Goddess's video. I don't remember for sure. Don't quote me on that. I'm sorry. But it was something like what elements are drawn to you, or like what elements work the best for you, or something along the lines of which elements should you incorporate with your manifestations or your magic to have the best and strongest results, right? Like that was the general kind of idea of the video. I don't remember the actual name of the video, unfortunately. I know I'm horrible. But I learned, I think it was through my big three, my sun, moon, and rising sign. I think maybe that was how. Yeah, I think it was something like that. But it was with my sun, moon, and rising sign, and I will put the links down in the sign, and then my zodiac sign, or like the sign that represents what day I was born, is an earth sign, right? And then my name means together with earth. So 3 earth and 2 fire. So when I manifest, I like to use, here, I'm gonna show you my little setup. Oh, my camera's gonna die, oh no. So I have my little earth jar, I have some sage down here, I have some rosemary that I think looks like a broomstick, and some star anise. I have my crystals which represent fire. I have a piggy bank for wealth and abundance. This is my earth abundance jar. I will show you guys what I put in here in a different video, but I made a whole video about what I filled her up with. And then down here, I have books for air. I have a ballerina for spirit. Of course, I already explained all of this like on my different thing. But I also started burning a candle. I don't really like to I like carving candles. I guess I do like carving candles. So I like carving candles, but it's not something that I like make sure that I do every single time, because I feel like if you charge the candle with your intention, and also because fire sign, or the fire, and also because fire represents 2 of my signs, like my rising sign and my sun sign. So I feel like as long as I charge the candle, I put my oils on it, I put whatever herbs on or under the candle, that it's charged, because it's charged with the same intention. Sometimes I carve candles, but I have almost fucked myself up a couple of times trying to carve a candle with a knife unsafely, and it doesn't really work with a toothpick, you know, so I don't really carve candles, but I do enjoy burning them with intention. And then of course my crystals. I've always been a crystal girl. I had a rock collection when I was younger, like crystals, rocks, crystals, love them. So now I have a rock collection again. I have a bunch of little crystals. Maybe I will do like a crystal haul. Is that a thing? I don't know. But this is a little elephant. I think it's so cute. Yeah, maybe I can show you guys, if you're interested, obviously, what like crystals I have and what I use them for, and it'll be a fun time. When I manifest, I like to use crystals, I like to use whatever elements. I definitely make sure I have a ton of earth elements around. Like that is one of my strongest things. I have crystals, which represent earth and fire. I have herbs, I have oregano. If you know, then you know, you know. If you know, then you know, you know. I have my earth abundance jar. I have like just all the different types of earth that I have nearby I like to use and incorporate into my manifesting. I also have a scripting journal. Well, it started as just a scripting journal, but then as I started learning more, I started kind of getting more into everything and learning that I'm apparently an earth goddess, or with an earth goddess, or something like that. I don't know. I will keep you guys updated on what I learn about that, because I just think that that is so cool and like fascinating to me, that when I asked where I get my power from, what my connection is to the higher realm, I literally got that my name translates to together with Mother Earth. Oh, you mean there's an earth goddess around? Where? What's her name? Is her name Terra? Because that's the name of a Romanian, like that's literally the name of a Romanian earth goddess, Terra, T-E-R-R-A. The same exact way my name is spelled. The same exact way my name is spelled. What? Coincidence or not? Coincidence that my name translates to together with Mother Nature and I'm a sustainability junkie? Coincidence or no? Anyways, back to scripting. I write down whatever questions I have for my tarot. Any tarot questions I have, I write them down, and then I write down like the responses that the tarot gave me so I can go back and read on it. I like to do that sometimes, like in the morning, just as a reflection period, you know, or I'll write down all my manifestation stuff, everything I want to manifest. I really like scripting because I also learned that my throat chakra is my strongest chakra. I don't know if that makes sense. It was the same video that showed me what my big three were and how that kind of affects my manifestation. I will try to find it for you guys, but I make no promises. I make no promises. This was like a 3 a.m. I should be asleep right now, but let me click on this like tarot video real quick type of thing, you know? So wish me luck. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. But I started scripting. I started just writing down everything, and then the things that really spoke to me, like after I would write them down, if I really felt like what I had just written down resonated with me, like in a different kind of way, then I would start it. And then every morning I go back and I do water manifestations, or I like reread them in the bath, or I reread them when I do my crystal bowl. I just make sure that I reread whatever the manifestation page was at least a couple of times until I really like feel it, and then I kind of just sit in the experience. I have a ton of videos that I can show you guys. If you're interested in more kind of spirituality content, let me know. I have like 17 videos that I already talked about in this one video that I can definitely do for you guys and show you, of course, if you want to see it. So yeah, I also started writing down like color magic, and yeah, so I think really when it comes down to it, I don't necessarily identify with any one practice, but I am enjoying researching and reading up and kind of like picking and choosing different things from each practice that I think resonate with me the best way. And I feel like that's kind of what spirituality is really about anyways. It's like, what is the most effective way for you to live your dream life? You know, like what's the most effective way for you to get from point A to point B? For you, it might be Jesus. For me, it's rocks. You know, it's rocks, and that's okay. That's okay. Really quickly, I also want to say, I manifested this safety pin to like test out my manifestation skills to see if I really did have the power to say this and then it would happen. I can show you guys in a notebook. I have to like find the notebook first, but I wrote it down so I could like prove it to myself that this is real, okay? I wrote down, thank you for my safety pin, or something along the lines of something about a safety pin, right? I didn't have a single safety pin. And then 2 days later, I found one safety pin, one single safety pin. Coincidence that I asked for, or magic? I will say I definitely feel like with my new kind of like earth goddess, nature goddess kind of vibe that I feel about myself, I feel more in control of my life. I feel more in control of where I'm heading in my life. I feel more like I am going down a path. Like before with organized religion, because everything was being told to me and interpreted for me, I felt like life was just happening to me and I had no control over it. Everything was destiny, like there was nothing I could do about it, and I just had to have it happen to me, right? But now with this, with manifesting, like I literally healed. I won't say cured because that's dangerous, but I healed like almost completely my own depression and anxiety with meditation and manifestation. I am not kidding. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Don't watch the whole video of mine and still not subscribe and support. Like, come on, please. I earned it, didn't I? I feel like I earned it. I think I did a good job. But if you disagree, then I guess give me a thumbs down. But if you like this video and you're in, wow, I cannot say words today. If you don't like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs down. But if you do like this video, then don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you're interested in seeing more like spirituality type content, if you're interested in kind of coming on my spiritual journey with me, then yeah, like the video, subscribe, let me know in the comments what you like, what you don't like. I don't know, I just want to be friends and kind of show you guys my spiritual journey and hope that you guys want to come along with me. If you made it this far, I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day. I will see you in the next video. Mwah! Bye.